You gotta make sure the mic is connected. I'm not making that same mistake anymore. There's been times I've been recording for like 10, 20 minutes, and I look at the video and I don't hear shit. It's June. The sun is out. I'm grateful. We're looking good. No, we look fucking fantastic. The reason why we look so fantastic is because we had to walk in the dirt. We had to walk through Loser Town 10 times, 20 times, 50 times, 100 fucking times just to understand how we got there and how we can get out. Every single fucking step it took. The nuances, the fucking curveballs that life threw at us that set us backwards. What I learned is that if you are predictable, you are most likely going to find yourself in Loser Town. I like to go through extreme seasons in my life. I remember back when I was in high school, I really started experimenting. I began to do things differently. I kind of already knew who I was, but I wasn't satisfied. And when you're not satisfied with who you are, you can either do something about it or deal with it and shut the fuck up. I chose to do something about it. I chose to step out the comfort zone, learn how to do the uncomfortable things so I can just get better at it. Sacrifice the time and effort that it took to learn, to do better, to make those mistakes, to fucking embarrass myself, be ashamed of myself, be proud of myself, learn everything. You can't do those things when you're predictable and you do the same shit forever. It's frustrating, head pounding, you lose your soul, you feel the numbness from the confusion. It's a beautiful confusion because sometimes you get those amazing wins. You start learning how to socialize with people and you get that first few great conversations, reassuring that what you're working towards is actually possible. Going to the gym, hitting that new weight, letting you know that the time and effort that you're putting into this shit isn't all for nothing. It's not all for nothing. You're doing it for a reason. You're doing it for your future. Come on. Yo, I'm looking good in the sun. I'm looking good. Looking fantastic. When you're in Loser Town, you will stay there until you take a leap. This camera better not fall. You need to take a leap. You need to do something differently. Most likely, 9 out of 10 times, it is something that deep down you've always wanted to do, but you are too afraid to. Think about it. The moment you begin to trust yourself enough to do the things that you've always wanted to do, regardless of how fearful you are, that is when your power begins to stack and stack and stack and stack, creating potential energy ready to be exploded, released into the fucking air. Shifting you out of Loser Town. You skip through the fucking traffic. 2 weeks ago, I found myself there again. Because it happens every now and then. I was down in the dumps. Stuck in my room. Clothes piling up. I'm eating in my room. I don't want to get out of there. I don't want to touch grass. I just want to stay inside in the dark. I can't get up. It feels like I'm in a gravity chamber. Like, you know when Goku and Vegeta would train in those rooms where the gravity was extra heavy so they can get stronger? It felt like I was in there, but it was against me. I couldn't get up. I felt stuck. My niece would ask my mom, "Is Mario okay? What's wrong with him?" I didn't even get to say hi to my niece and nephews because I was just so stuck in my head trying to escape. But it felt like I was in cobwebs. You know, when you walk in those cobwebs on Minecraft and it just slows you down. And you gotta break it so you can move again. I felt like I was stuck in there. It was horrible. It's not a good experience at all. And when I find myself in those situations, the only way that I get out of it is when I take a leap of faith and I throw myself into the unknown. Because when you're in that place, you're in the middle. You're not at the bottom. You're not at the top. You're in the middle and you're stuck. Think of it as you hop down a hole down to rock bottom, but you get stuck in the middle. The beauty of hitting rock bottom is that once you hit the bottom, the only direction you can go is up. When I'm at rock bottom, there's a trampoline on the ground, so I shoot right back up. But if you find yourself in the middle, that's when things get a little tricky. I talk about this with my members of AKUNI all the time because this is the most important factor of not just staying consistent, but making sure that you continue to grow through the highs and lows. It's very easy to backtrack and lose focus when you go through moments like this. Just a moment of silence for those who find themselves in loser town and they just can't figure out a way to get out. And if I were to tell myself, the younger me, who was in loser town all of these times, I would just tell him, you are not going to get out until you say fuck it and move. Because I was not going to go anywhere until I wrapped the covers off of me, even when I didn't fucking want to. When I stood up, I pet my doggy, I drink some water, and I just walk outside. It doesn't matter if it's sunny and beautiful. It doesn't matter if it's raining, thunder. It doesn't matter if it's windy, shitty wind. It doesn't matter if it's nighttime and the moon is shining. I just had to get out of where I was, my room. Sometimes your room can be your greatest asset, a great sanctuary. But if you don't take care of it, if you're not careful, if you find yourself enveloped in negative thoughts and you don't have a support system at the time, it can be a double-edged sword, because your room is where you can hide. You can either thrive in your room, get shit done, or you can hide in there and escape the responsibilities of reality. But when you try to escape the responsibilities of your reality, you need to understand that time does not stop for any of us. Time will never stop for any of us. We will keep on aging. Some may get left behind, and I do not want that for any of my members. If that is something that you can relate to, if you feel yourself struggling to not just get up, but actually move, if you feel like you're stuck in place, in your head, expanding to your body, book a call with me. Let's chat. This is the work that I do. I understand from A to Z why it happens, what you could do about it, what you shouldn't do about it, and how each and every one of you are going to not just break out of that loser town, that middle space that's the most fucking dangerous for each and every one of us. I'm gonna show you how to acknowledge when it happens, break the cobwebs, and move again. Because when you start moving and getting that blood flowing, oh, you just feel alive again. And that is just such a grateful experience. It's an experience that I'm very grateful for. It's like you forget how good it feels to live again because your energy has just been sapped from you, your life. We all have life that we need to use to create, to connect, to embrace, to flex. So book a call with me. It's not a sales call. It's a conversation between you and I to see whether what I do is what you need. Because I don't want any of us to be in loser town. None of us should be losers. Of course, there's some winners and there's some losers in life. But if you don't want to be a loser, that's the first step. Some losers just want to stay the way they are. But if you feel like you're a loser, if you feel like you're in loser town, if you feel like you're stuck and you don't want to be there and you want to fight, but you don't know how to, you don't have enough energy, enough strength, enough ambition, let's talk. Link is in the description. Book a call with me. I'm about to embrace this, son. Wow. Summer's coming, finally.